You know, every time dogs go face to face, there's tension. And if you allow it to escalate, then the dogs associate each other with that level of tension. And a lot of the time, it'll start out all good. It looks like play. But it's not play. They're competing. And one of them is going to win. The dog that's the most powerful, it's not the size or the age. It's the one that's the most willing. The one that's ready to do whatever it takes to win. That's the dog that's going to win. And if that dog isn't the human that's responsible, if the dogs don't view the human like they're the big dog, oh, that's not allowed. See, what do you think she's doing there? You know, I think she's invading on Bunny's space. Look at, is Bunny going to be able to sit there with her doing that to her? I don't think so. You know, maybe if they're just, you know, was fairly. No, that is challenging her. You think that's play? It's not play. That puppy is going to start pawing her face, and she's going to start mouthing her, and to the point where she either runs and hides or defends herself. And now, is it her fault because I allowed the boxer to instigate over and over and over to the point where she had enough? You know, no. If I make sure the dog that is most excited calms down, then she has no reason to move. She has no. Dogs have no reason to defend themselves if they know that you're going to defend them. You know, if they see that you allow this to happen, that you think it's play, then sooner or later she's not even going to need to say hello. You know, she's just going to associate dogs with being dominated, and then she's just going to look like the aggressive dog. But it's just because you're not defending her. If you defend that dog and she knows that she will trust you and she will stay close to you when dogs that are imposing their will on her come, and you won't see any unwanted behavior. So it's my responsibility to make sure that they get along. And you do that by isolating the one that's the most excited and challenging it. And when you see the buck go down, you know they gave up. So I don't tell it sit. I'll keep on letting them know and pushing them further into the corner. And when they're in the corner, they have to confront you. They have to address you. It has to look. And what's so hard? She's like, thank you so much. That puppy is gonna get me. And now I could just sit here and chill. I don't have to worry about nothing, because every time she comes near me, I see that you're ready. And I just want to thank you. Yeah, that's all right, girl. You don't even need to thank me. I got you. See that? That's not play. That's not play. That is something that could hurt her, and they both know that. And she's not in trouble for doing that kind of stuff. I'm going to be in trouble if I let her do it. All right? So, I'm not going to let her associations escalate to a point where, she thinks she can paw dogs in the face. And that she starts challenging me because she's challenging the dogs, or vice versa. She's challenging me, so she's going to challenge the dogs. I need to practice putting this dog in its place before I introduce her to other dogs. You can't just bring your puppy to a dog park and expect the other dogs to teach your dog a lesson. That's not how it works. And I see that a lot. you know. And no, it's not anyone else's dog to responsibility to teach your dog how to behave. You got to teach your dog how to behave before you bring your dog around other dogs. If the dog doesn't respect you and it doesn't give up for you, then why would it associate the other dogs with submission? It's gonna challenge them as much as it challenges you. And if the dog can give up for you, then it can give up for the other dogs. So you see how she keeps on pushing in against me? I mean, I'll play with her, I'll drain her energy, of course, but it comes to a point where, you know, when you realize that she's associating activities with a level of excitement that, you know, really isn't social. And that's what this dog pushing into my space and doing this kind of stuff. Now, if she laid down and showed me signs of submission, which that's pretty awesome right there, and the butt down is pretty good. You know, she's starting to show me what I want to see. All right, let's see what happens when I put my hand in front of her. Is she gonna challenge it? Is she gonna mouth it? You know, is she gonna start pawing me? There it is. You see that? So she's not ready for affection. If you want to drain her energy, you know, throw a ball or, you know, whatever. Try whatever you do with her. Make sure that she has to work for it. You can't just run around and be excited and then calm down from that. That's not how it works. When they run around excited, then they can have a hard time calming down. If you practice calming them down, then they don't really run around excited. Maybe once in a while they do. They get zoomies and they have a good time, and that's fine. But they don't stay doing that all the time. And I see people with their dog at the dog park, or I see people walking their dog off leash at the woods, and their dog is like all over the place, chasing the deer. Dogs that are calm don't really chase the deer. You bring them to a dog park, and sometimes the dogs are just the energy, the excitement is too high. It's like they're not trying to play; they're trying to win. When they're trying to play, it stays at pretty much the same level. I have videos that I posted of dogs playing. It's calm. It doesn't matter if it's a little dog and a puppy, or a little dog and 100-pound dog. When they're playing, if one of them hurts the other, then they stop, and everything stops, and they take 5. And as soon as the dog that got hurt feels better, then they start playing again. But it's not like this level of excitement where they're like trying to, when you're trying to win, the more it hurts, the more fun, the better. Some dogs enjoy the pain when they're competing, and they get into this state of mind where it's like they don't stop. They're not sharing. Yeah. What?